what is the most profitable notary service? That question keeps coming up. So I'm going to answer what my top 5 most profitable services are. I don't think this is a surprise by anyone. It shouldn't be, is loan signings. Loan signings will always be around. People are always going to be buying, selling, refinancing their homes. So that does stay at the top of my list in terms of services that I provide. I'm starting to see the second service pop up a lot with people trying to learn it, which is apostille facilitation. What is an apostille? An apostille is a certificate. It's French for certification or certificate. A document needs an apostille if it's going to be used out of the country or internationally, not in the US. Most clients will need to have a couple documents apostilled at the same time, especially if you're doing business overseas, or you need birth certificates of your children because they're going overseas. So depending on the circumstances, that service could start off $100, $150 and go all the way up to $200, $300 per apostille. So yes, it is very lucrative and profitable to add that to your notary business. Estate planning, especially if you're working with an estate planning attorney, typically they will package up a will, trust, all those estate planning documents, make it a kind of a package, if you will, or a binder, if you will. They charge a certain amount of money for that. And then obviously they will pay a notary to notarize all those things, because those documents are no good if they're not notarized. So it's a valuable service, especially when you link up with an estate planning attorney. People can DIY it, right? And most people will Google it and download some documents and then ask you to notarize it. That's still lucrative. The fourth, and these are really not in order, but the fourth service that I consider profitable is remote online notarization. Now that comes with a caveat, right? You have to be in a state that allows for remote online notarization. Like I'm in the state of Missouri, it is legal to do a remote online notarization. You need to pick a platform or two. As a remote online notary, I have to be positioned and working within the state that I'm authorized to do that remote online notarization. And the client can be anywhere in any state, any country, and I can still notarize them on the platform. But the key is the notary must be in the state that they're authorized to work in. And another caveat to remote online notarization is that the receiver of the documents has to accept an electronic signature. Even though it may be law in Missouri, for example, some title companies, mortgage companies, businesses will not accept an electronic signature and still prefer the wet signature. So I always let my clients know that up front, because once we go through the remote online process, there's no refunds because we've completed the process. And I always ask them to double check with the receiver to make sure that they're okay with an electronic signature. This fifth service is going to surprise a couple people, because I'm going to say field inspections. Now, I hear you, right? If you're a notary and you're already doing field inspection, you're like, wait a minute, I'm just getting $10, $15 jobs, $20 jobs. Well, that's some jobs, right? Depending on the client, depending on the need. I'm doing a construction field inspection right now, working with a company that is hiring me to go out to a construction site as they build an office space. And I go out whenever they need me to, and it's going to be, several months project. And I'm not getting a typical fee, right? I'm getting something equivalent to an estate or a loan signing fee each time that I go out. So that's what I love about field inspections. Is not, yes, you can stay in the lane of just going to take a few pictures at a building or a house that's getting ready to go for sale. But there's so much more to field inspection. It could be company inspections. I have picked up vehicles and dropped them off at an auto place. Like, there is so unique and vast in terms of variety of orders that you can get. And it could be as low as $5 per situation, or it could be up to $150, $200. So I am putting that on my list. I will always, I heard someone else say this the other day, keep field inspection as kind of that in between, whether it's slow or busy. I will accept a field inspection order, because they're so convenient sometimes, especially if you're in certain areas and there's a need for, to take pictures of properties in that area. You can just do it after you're signing, or before you're signing, or in between signings. So it's so convenient to do these, because there's less pressure, meaning they're not expecting you to go out in the next hour and then scan back some pictures and drop them in the Dropbox right away. Sometimes, most of the times, you have a couple days to get that assignment taken care of and completed. Okay, that was 5 if you were following along, but I cannot end this video without putting a 6th bonus one because it's near and dear to my heart as an HR professional, and that is I-9s. Kind of like field inspections, they're not a lot of money in and of itself, but they're quick. They're easy once you learn to do them, and I will be dropping my I-9 course soon. But they typically take 5-10 minutes to do something that you already are skilled in doing, which is looking at their identification, matching it to who they are, and then completing section 2. I will always be open to take I-9 authorized representative orders, acting as an authorized representative for companies that may be hiring remotely. So those are my top 5, top 6 with the bonus. And there's so many other things that I haven't even touched on that others may be doing, or others may have a different list, right? That's what I love about this business. It is the freedom and the flexibility to take on as much or as little as I want. So let me hear from you. What are your top notary services that you like to offer that maybe is the most profitable, or ones that you most enjoy doing? Drop that comment below. Let's share. Let's see what people are doing out there. And you never know. I always keep my ears open to other types of services that I'm like, maybe I can do that. Please like, follow, and subscribe for more notary best practices.